Hey, Rainbow here, and welcome to my channel. Today is going to be a bit of a tough one because today I'm going to talk about the Pikes Peak version of the Ducati Multistrada, specifically to, like, what are they up to, the 2022, 2023 version now? Who knows? But we need to talk about it after this. Okay, so many of you know that I've had the Ducati Multistrada V4S now for, man, a solid year and a half. And in that year and a half, I have put on over 26,000 miles on the bike. I've had my highs and lows with it, but overall, I absolutely love the bike. Really, really love the bike. But there's some things that I wish it had. And one of them is the 17-inch front wheel versus the 19 that the bike comes with. Well, lo and behold, they have been coming out the last few months and have released and are shipping for months now the Ducati V4 Pikes Peak version, which is really more of a race-oriented bike. It is not really of an adventure bike like the Ducati Multistrada V4S is supposed to be, or V4. This one is really geared towards the racetrack, but with a base price of $20,000 or $30,000. Is it really something that you want to take to a track, especially something that's really high like that, with a lot of clearance? So, yes, I did a video that discussed the clear differences between the two, and there's a link up here. And then I did another video of why I was going to get the Pikes Peak, which is, I'll link it up here, and you can see those at your leisure if you want. Anyway, I have been waiting months for the Ducati Multistrada V4 Pikes Peak version, and to give you a quick synopsis of why I wanted to get it, I did like the fact that it had a larger rear tire. I do like the single-sided swing arm. And the suspension is going to the next level, which is great, but when you're just kind of touring and having a little fun on the weekends, and I don't live near twisties and so on and so forth, is it worth the extra money that you're spending? Because it's really the same engine and you're losing out on a lot of different items. So I did a really good breakdown on that initial video with the cost involved, and since then it looks like there has been a price jump in the Ducati Multistrada V4 Pikes Peak version. So here is my dilemma, and I think I know what I'm doing as far as making a decision, but I'm going to be honestly, I mean seriously, I'm honestly looking for some input down below in the comment section on this one. And this is why. I wasn't sure I even really wanted to put the Ducati Pikes Peak on order. To begin with, I wasn't even sure I wanted to do that. And then after looking at it, watching some reviews, looking over the specs again, thinking about how many miles I had on mine, I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna get it. So I committed. I put some money down and I ordered it months ago. I should have done it even longer ago than that, but there's no delivery date in sight for this one for me. But the longer I sit back and waiting for this bike, the more I kind of think about it, and the more that I'm kind of questioning exactly what I did when I ordered it and whether I really want it. Now, I also have a KTM RC390 on order that I'm going to take to a track, and I'm not second guessing that at all. It's very inexpensive, it's a fun bike. No delivery date on that either. It's supposed to be in February, and still no delivery date from KTM. So not sure what's going on with everybody, other than everybody keeps blaming things on, you know, supply chain issues. Well, eventually that's going to have to end. I hope so. So while I'm sitting back and I'm waiting to talk about, or to think about this Pikes Peak, one of the biggest things that bothers me is if I trade in mine, how much of a hit am I going to take? Now, I paid $25,000 plus all the taxes and fees and everything. It was close to $27,000, $28,000, about 27 and change that I paid for the bike. I don't know what I'm going to get for it, because now I have a bike that has 26,000 miles on it. It is just less than 10,000 miles away from the first service, which, when I say first service, I mean for the valves, first major service for the valve clearance check, all right? Because don't forget, these are not the traditional Ducati Desmodici valves. These are traditional spring-loaded valves, okay? Which is why they were able to take it to 60,000 kilometers or 36,000 miles before your first major valve service is due. So I have another 10,000 miles to go on that, and I also have at this point maybe 5 months left or so on my warranty before the warranty is up. So I'm trying to balance in my head, well, let's just keep what I have because it's so versatile, and the 19-inch front tire, although I'm not thrilled with it, it does give the bike more versatility. And when you do want to go off-road a little bit, you just feel a little more comfortable. If I want to go up and over curbs, it's a little bit easier with the 19-inch tire. But you know, I'm really drawn to that 17 on the Pikes Peak. Now, I did talk with my buddy Fabrizio, and he rode my bike, essentially my version of my bike, the V4S, for 2 whole days, and then he took delivery of his Pikes Peak. And what he said is that the handling of the Pikes Peak is superior to the V4. Now, the regular V4 that I have is fantastic because the handlebar is a little bit wider, so you don't need as much input, so it gives maybe the illusion, but I feel as though it's very nimble. It's an extremely nimble bike, easy to whip around, but it's also a taller, longer bike. According to him, there is a lot more, the suspension is certainly more fine-tuned, and the bike is certainly more nimble than the V4. He said far superior is how he described it. So here's some of the problems I have, okay? I have yet to take a ride on a Pikes Peak. So I'm buying a bike that I never rode before. Yeah, it's very similar to what I already have, so I know what to expect, but the handling is certainly going to be different. Ducati doesn't have any demos out there that I'm aware of in South Florida, or in Florida for that matter. I'm not sure that they have any demos of this bike at all. Why they didn't put a demo out there, I have no idea. So we're kind of forced to buy something without trying it to see really what the difference is. And while I'm waiting, I keep thinking, I'm not going to get a lot of money for my bike. I'm going to pay all this, and then I'm going to lose out on the panniers. I'm going to lose out on the heated grips. I'm going to lose out on the heated seat. I'm going to lose out on the center stand and pay thousands of dollars more for something that I really may not need. Sure, it would be great to start off fresh with a brand new bike again that's more nimble and has that fatter rear tire that's really designed more for street use. But do we really need it? Now, for those of you that purchased the Pikes Peak, you're probably thrilled that you have the bike. I will tell you that one of my friends who did purchase the Pikes Peak is going to be selling it, and he's going to trade it in, and he's going to get a Diavel because he misses his Diavel, and he did not feel as though the Pikes Peak was very comfortable on a ride. He just did a 3,000 mile journey, and he said it was uncomfortable for him. He's taller than me. I was very comfortable on mine. It's certainly not going to be like when you're on a Goldwing or, you know, a typical cruiser that puts you in that good position for riding and big comfortable seat. But it can be. Another one of the subscribers here said that he got a brand new Corbin seat set up. He said, and it's night and day on the bike. So the question at the end of the day is, do I just keep my Multistrada with 26,000 miles on it, plus put some more money into it, maybe put a more comfortable seat on it, although I'm sort of comfortable with the seat now. It's maybe for longer trips. Do I put maybe some money into a tuning and just ride the hell out of the bike and enjoy it, or do I see what kind of hit I'm going to take? Because honestly, I wouldn't expect any dealer to give me more than probably $16,000 for the bike. It's blunt and honest. I'm going to take a solid $11,000 hit on the bike, but I put 26,000 miles on it in a year and a half. So I'm really up in the air. I would love to have the Pikes Peak, but at the same time, maybe I'll just keep what I have, and I'll use the money that I'm saving to buy an extended warranty from Ducati, and this way I don't have to worry about electronics or engine components and so on and so forth, and just move on and be happy with it. And maybe sometime in the future a Pikes Peak will come up used at a better price point. But as soon as you start talking at a bike that starts at $30,000, Yeah, it's a lot of fun, but you know what? I can get an Indian, what is that? Not the Pursuit. Yeah, the Indian Pursuit, like decked out for $30,000 and have a fantastic, comfortable touring bike. That'd be a great bike to have for that kind of money. So I'm stuck. I don't know. I'm looking for some opinions out there. What do you think? Should I keep my Multistrada and just kind of start building it out and having some fun with it? Or when my Pikes Peak comes in, should I just make the trade and take the loss? What do you think? Please comment below. Let me know. I would really appreciate it. Anyway, this is Rainbow. Please like, please subscribe. Thank you very much, and have a good day. Bye-bye.